Alright, welcome to part 2 of the kitchen tutorial. So we're going to work a little bit more on the dimensions here and layout. So I looked up a standard fridge and it's about 92 by 172 centimeters, so this is a bit tall. Now I'm going to just decrease it a bit because there are wheels and things under it to make it a little bit higher, so we're going to bring it down to about there. Make a box on the floor. Remember, I have auto grid turned on. Length about 92. That's about as big as they get for normal people, I guess. So let's just align it. Okay, and then 4 and bring it in. We can actually delete this box now. So bring it in, and that should give us a more realistic fridge, I hope. So let's align everything to that. Let's see. Yeah, it should be nice. So select this and all these vertices here and bring them down. And actually, let's make this a bit skinnier. Say around about there. Bring this over. 1 and move this over. Alright, that looks better for that part at least. Yeah, it looks much better. So next we can, what can we do? Go to the camera here, save frames. So that looks maybe a bit too small, so select the roof here, and then we want to select these vertices, this one, these two, and then this one and this one, and bring it up just a tad. Trying to get this space up here a little bigger. Okay, I think that about sums it up for this part. Well, not this section, but let's quickly add a light. So use a cylinder and just make something. It'll let you. Put the radius at about 1 centimeter. Let's see, maybe a bit too thick, maybe half a centimeter, and then bring it up just into the ceiling somewhere for now. And at the end of it, real quick, just make a cylinder and drag it down. Okay, we're trying to make the lighting elements right now, these, and make sure we get them correctly aligned. So convert that to an editable poly, press 1, oops, Control Z to undo, get rid of all the height segments. Now convert, and scale that in, bring this down, scale it out, go to your camera, turn on safe frames, and let's just move this to where about it should be, so it should be up here. Oh, safe frames. So the closest one, let's actually do this in multiple viewports here. So select these and let's just move them to about here. And then they're going to basically be in the middle of this, so that's not bad. So here, I'd say, is the first one. And that's a pretty good height. And let's see, for the last one, it should be approximately, well, that's pretty good. And then this one, just put it in the middle somewhere. So there we go. And you can see our dimensions are pretty good because of where these things line up. Now the height is a bit off. The height should be about the same size here. So let's press 1 and bring that up just a bit. And then we can just delete these two and copy. Now we're going to be instancing all these eventually, but for now I just want to, as I said before, get the scene laid out. Okay, so we now have our lights in place. Let's see, what else do we need? Lights, stove, blinds can wait. I guess that's everything for now, so let's hop right in and start modeling something. So I guess we can isolate this piece here, and first let's select all these and just bring them in. Okay, so right click and isolate selection. You can change this to a perspective viewport and get rid of that. So front, Z. Alright, so here we go. Now the first thing I want to do is detach this top thing, but let's recreate it first. So make a box, make sure auto, okay, there we go. So it's going to be 2.5 high, should be 60 long, 62 actually, and then the width we'll deal with that later. So if your little cursor thing or your coordinates disappear, press X and that'll get them back. And the reason I'm doing this right now is to so when I texture it, everything works as planned. So just delete that and cap the top, and the bottom should be fine. Now this is the total length, and in the picture you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So press 2, and then you're going to want to actually press 2 and connect. Come on, connect, and make 3 segments. Okay, and then we're going to delete these ones, and we're going to make basically one version of this. So let's refine this and make it all nice looking. So first thing I see is this isn't quite in as far, so let's drag it out to about 3. Because I was just using my kitchen as a reference, and mine isn't the best. So it looks like they have drawers on all theirs on the bottoms. So the bottoms are all drawers, I guess. But I'm wondering how that works. Okay, I figured it out. There's actually handles here too. So there's basically 2 drawers for each of these. And I guess they just pull out instead of swing. That's what I would imagine. So let's select this, and actually the edge here and here. Connect with, I guess 1 should be good for now. Chamfer. Chamfer is going to be about 0.5 centimeter, should be good. Actually, that might even be a bit much, so let's undo that and do half of that, so 1/4 centimeter. It's a pretty small gap. Okay, and then let's select this face and this face. And what do I want to do with these? I was debating if I want to actually model the inside, but I really don't, so we're not going to do that. So select this, and then actually undo everything that you did. Okay, so select all these edges here, connect, with one segment, and then do your 0.25 centimeter chamfer. That way when we select this, no, it still won't work. Okay, select this edge and this edge, inset by 0, and now it'll work. There we go. Perfect. So then actually, do I want to inset like that? Because that gives me this kind of face here that I don't really want. I can delete it, I guess, but over here we're going to have some extra faces, I think. Well, for now it's good, I guess. Just quickly press F9. Okay. So now that we have that, we've made our little indent here. Let's start some chamfering. So first, add a maybe if I want to mesh smooth this. No, we're not going to mesh smooth. We're just going to go with it. So select this edge here, and let's see. None of this will actually be seen, I don't think. At least I hope not. Alright, you know what? No. I don't want to do it this way. I want to make 3 separate things: the 2 drawers and the back. I think that'll save me a lot of effort in the long run. At least I feel like it will. So select these 2 polygons, shift drag, clone to object, and then select them again, and then extrude them by about maybe 1.5 centimeters, and then cap and cap. These are basically going to be the doors. So Control A, chamfer, and then decrease it to 0.1 and give it 3 segments. That should be good. Okay, yeah, that'll work much better. And then let's see, select your editable poly here, and then let's just delete all these things for now. Go to edge and just shift drag them up, and let's see what I want to do with these. Maybe this was a bad decision, because now I have some line here that doesn't do anything. Alright, so select this line, backspace, backspace, target weld, and weld them up. Okay, so now we're back to a decent point. Select this and just bring it in a few centimeters, and then move your doors onto it. So you can go in the left-hand viewport, and then zoom in and just gently place your doors in. Okay, and let's actually hide that too. So now that we have doors, let's continue on this. So select all the edges that you want to have a chamfer. So I believe that's these edges. No, I don't actually chamfer that one yet. Actually, alright, yeah, we can chamfer it. So that should be good. What I'm trying to do is enable it to be able to mesh with itself. So to do that, I think I actually should delete this side. And then just chamfer this line here. So chamfer, 0.1, and I believe it was with 3 segments. Okay, and that looks good. And if we need to, we can give these all mesh smooths. Oops, I actually did forget a couple. So press 2, select these, chamfer, give it the same, and let's actually chamfer this one as well. Alright, and this should be chamfered 2. Alrighty, so now we have nice smooth edges on everything, and we can now, let's see, what can we do? Guess we can make parts for the handles. So real quick, let's make a box and select this object here. Go to Effect Pivot Only, Centered Object, then uncheck this, and then get your box, convert it to an editable poly. Then Effect Pivot Only, use the Align tool, and select there. X position is what we want. Actually, no, don't Effect Pivot Only. I think I screwed that up. Centered object, align. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. I had accidentally done something I didn't want to do. So let me take a look and find some good references for this. Alright, so I found a pretty decent one. This one here, this one on top actually. 2 cylinders and then another cylinder. It looks really clean. So we're going to go with that. And you know, simple is sometimes better, so let's we can delete this for now. Let's make a cylinder here. Alright. Rotate it 90 degrees. Bring it out. And then let's just go into the camera view with save frames. I'm just trying to see how small I can make it. So I'm going to say I want it to be about 0.5 is probably good, radius of 0.5. And then for the height, maybe 15 centimeters should be good. I think the ones in the picture are a bit smaller, but we're not doing what the picture tells us to do, so.
Avast virus database has been updated.
Avast has been updated, just in case you all wanted to know. 18 sides should be good for this. So convert that to an editable poly. And then Effect Pivot Only, Centered Object, and then Align X position. And that should center it up nicely. And then let's give our hands some space. So cylinder here, and then I said 0.5, so let's make this 0.4. Actually 0.3 is probably better. Go into the front viewport here and just eyeball it. Actually, we don't even have to do that. We can use the Align tool. We're big boys. So, alright, there we go. So get that in and just sink that in there. Now for the height, you want to have enough space for your hand to be able to grab. So I'd say 2.5, maybe. How does that look? Let's see here. That's not bad. 2.5 is what I'm going to go with. Now go to the top viewport and copy this over here. Alright, actually no, we don't have to do that. So select this thing, effect pivot only, align to this, in the X, Y, and the Z. Okay, now right click and clone, copy, mirror on the X, and there we go, now we've aligned it perfectly. So go into perspective to see what we've done. So select this editable poly here. Let's select that end, and then this end, control click here, chamfer, and bring that down to 0.1. Actually, let's try 0.05 and 3. Alright, there we go. Let's just select these things here, group, let's call them handle, it's LE. There we go. And make sure to save your work. Yeah, always save your work, definitely a good idea. So that looks pretty good. And right about there is not bad. Let's go to your left hand viewport and then copy it and make it about the same. Right about there, I'd say. Perspective, and there we go. Now we've got our basic cabinet done. No textures or anything on it, but hey, those come later. So let's select all these things and group, and then call it cabinet. I don't know how to spell that word, so for now we're just going to do thing. And we missed one, so ungroup, select all, group, and then thing. One of the wonders of being an engineer, English is not one of our favorite aspects in life. Now, one of the things that we need to do, actually, let's open this real quick, is select this, press R to scale, and then we want to scale this maybe 99 on the X. Can we not just do X? We want to scale it down just a bit here, so 99. And why is it locking everything? Let's see. Okay, rethink our strategy here. I know what I want, I just can't do it, so let's troubleshoot. Let's try this one. No, that's the one we're at. This one might be something. 99, there we go. So change it to select and squash whatever this one is. So now that'll give us a bit of a gap between the cupboards, and actually I'm thinking that 99.5 is better. And change this back and close the group. So here we go, looking nice. So next, let's exit isolation mode. So push this button, and now we're back into the rest of our scene. So let's actually unhide all, and we're missing our granite piece, so it's back here. So I guess we'll actually do that in a second. So zoom into this piece here and shift drag it so that we get the vertices just aligned right, and then 3 copies. That should span just the length we want, and it does. So already we have some nice stuff happening. So let's select these, and all of them actually, and let's just ungroup them. And select one of your counters here, attach the other 3, Okay, and then press 1, and then you're going to weld, and you'll see if we increase this just a bit, they're not doing anything, of course. So there we go. Now they're doing something. So the question is, what are we going to weld? Because these have to be just perfect. Alright, so 0.025 seems to be good. Okay. So I just press Control A to select everything there. And now that looks pretty good. So we can, let's see, each of those should be fine. And those should be good. So let's delete this one over here, and let's see, what does it look like. I'm going to say there's some small drawers up here, and then maybe a double door for a trash can or something under the sink. So let's select, oh actually, select the border here, and cap, and there should be one on the other side, cap as well. And then select this polygon, Control click edge, and then let's see about chamfering it. So chamfer, okay, and then go to the other side, wherever it may be hiding. F3, and then select, Control click chamfer, okay. There we go. Got the chamfers done. So now select polygons, I guess. Select everything here and just shift drag it. Clone to object. That's fine. And then select the object. And for now, let's actually hide this so we can see what we're doing. And again, hide the camera. So we need a couple of these things for it, and not on that axis, over here. Okay, so go to the top viewport and just align it the way we want. So let's take a look over here. And that looks good. So go back into your perspective, select all that, E, and rotate 90 degrees using angle snap. So now what we're going to need to do is kind of meld these two things together. So we have our stove, and then we need this. So select the main part here and bring it out and just extrude it this way. Don't need to extrude it all the way. I guess we can, because it'll be covered with a countertop. I just want to get the basic size right. And then select everything and drag it back, just so we have a bit of an edge there. And now this was our representation of the sink, so we know that it's got to kind of be in this area. So let's see, there's usually some small drawers for like sponges and things up here, so let's select one of these elements and detach. Okay, select it and press 1. Make sure there's nothing strange going on. Let's make a small drawer here. Okay. That should be good. And select this, and let's move it over. And once I do the sync, I'll be able to position all these things appropriately. So that's not bad. And then go into the left view, and let's, what do we want to do? Press, ooh. I don't really want to do anything is the problem. So let's just center this up, and maybe scale it a bit. There we go. So we've got that drawer done, and also there tends to be some type of drawers over here, but let's do the big drawers first. So let's bring this in about halfway, which should be right around there. W, oops, oh damn it, going crazy, going crazy. So select everything and just drag it. So go into the left-hand viewport here, and just center it up. I'm just pressing Control Z to get back, and then let's shift drag one copy over. Okay. Perspective, and let's see what we have. So these would be the two drawers to open the cabinet with. So those look like they're alright. Next, let's select this and press E and rotate it 90 degrees. And then let's bring it, let's see, these are going to open from the inside, so bring it here. And then carefully, let's see, we want to ungroup. And then press 1, and let's decrease the size of this a bit. And let's also move this up. Not that, this. And then move this up. Alright, we're just eyeballing it. And then you can group it again. And then shift drag it over. About equal. Alright. Because all of the, I guess, drawers here are supposed to be vertical. Now select this drawer and drag it over here. Let's say maybe here. Press 1, and let's give ourselves some side drawers. We don't want them too small, so I'm actually going to shift all these things over a bit. Okay. And maybe not quite that much, so around here. Okay. And then select this and press OK. So effect pivot only, centered object, select this, and then align it, and everything but the Z and the X, I guess. So there we go. Now we can make a couple copies of this, so maybe one there, and then maybe we'll have a bigger one here, and then maybe a long one down here. So select this one. This will be like where you're able to put pots and pans and things. So let's actually select this and drag it up. I'm trying to get the spacing as close as I can. Okay, so back to this one now. Drag it up, and then let's make this one a huge drawer. So from there to the bottom. that up. Okay. And then let's get the handles to be in the right positions. So these are towards the top and towards the top. Alright, there we go. Looking pretty good. So next we can extend these two doors here up a bit. So let's just attach, push one, and then extend them up. So this will be like a big thing for your trash and whatnot. And there we go. Select these and increase them a bit to there. Looks a little bit strange, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. So let's go here, select this edge and bring it out a bit, cap it, select the lines, chamfer, okay, go into the vert selection mode and simply position it next to the refrigerator or the cabinet. Alright, there we go. That basically sums up the cabinets, except we have a problem in that this is too big. So let's actually center that and bring it in this way we want. Here we go. So left. Alright, there we go. So now just send these back up. Okay. So that is the cabinets. Do we need anything here? Let's copy these things. Always make life easy. Okay. And then let's just go on the left-hand viewport. And then deselect the handles. Alright, and scale out the actual cabinets. And align. Okay, so now we have all the handles, all the cabinets, looking good. So let's call it a day, well, at least for this part. So on the next one we'll continue, I guess, with this portion, the island, and then the countertop.